Let's get YouTube. It's Daddy back with another video, and today, hey, we seen that Drake leaked DMs just changed everything. All right.
This new Drake situation is something crazy happening right in front of our eyes. And honestly, after UMG Ether demand over legal documents, I was gonna let the boy be for like another month or two, honestly. But never mind that, because this whole leaked DM situation has taken things to a whole different level, and it definitely changes a lot of things that we knew about this battle. But enough of a preamble, let's just get right into the meat of it. One of the biggest point of contentions throughout this whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef has been this bar right here.
We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information. So that was a lie.
Like seriously, the biggest mystery of this whole beef has been whether or not the mole from OVO was actually a mole or just a double agent that Drake sent to Kendrick Lamar to play some reverse psychology. Now, even though most people thought that it was pretty obvious that Mr. Aubrey Drake Graham wasn't the mastermind behind this whole thing, Drake fans still swore by the fact.
Man, I'm talking about real protective over
that Drake planted the information. He was the one that got Kendrick like spiraling, and Meet the Grams is honestly a masterpiece in the favor of Drake rather than Kendrick Lamar, because Drake convinced Kendrick that he was like, he had a mole and this, that, and the third. But these DMs definitely
that he had a what?
Like, he had a mole and this, that, and the third. But these DMs definitely proved one thing over the other. So for those who are confused on what's happening, it would appear that this Instagram page right here, this is news page, it got hacked, and the hackers started posting some of the more notable DM conversations that this page had with different influencers such as Aiden Ross, DJ Academics, and of course Drake. And these DMs with Drake show a lot of crucial information in regards to the whole beef and what Drake's initial thoughts were as it were happening. So let's just get right into it and let's read all of it. So just as a heads up, this all takes place during May 10th into the 11th. So though we don't know the initial response that Drake had to Meet the Grams, we do have a delayed response to some of it. And by
a delayed response
extension, some of his reaction to Not Like Us. So the first message we see is one of those conspiracy theories.
Okay, Topwood, huh? Topwood, when this guy posted, he hit Wack, and Wack got AK to take it down, and they striked all the pages that was posted.
Where it's like all TDs taking down all the fan pages. Then we see a very interesting and telling.
What is this? Whitney Alford birthday. Whitney Alford was born May 12, 1986. Sunday happens to be Mother's Day, and Whitney,
little text here from Mr. Grand Wizard where he's pitching ideas to Drake for him to respond to Kendrick. Keep in mind that this is 5 days after the Hard Part 6 drop. After that, he shows some pictures that I guess are related to LeBron somehow, because he says they filmed the music video with Bron, and Drake replies with, "People out in the first round, nothing left to do but dance."
That's crazy.
Which, not gonna lie, crazy stray, but it is what it is, I guess. Then he sends Drake the Ebony Prince account, who, for those who don't know, is just this Twitter account that is somehow related to this beef, but no one knows why or who he is. We just have the vague idea of him being potentially the guy that fed Kendrick Lamar some of the information, which in theory would mean that this is the OVO goon hired by Drake to tell Kendrick Lamar lies, right? Except that Drake doesn't know who he is, because he essentially replies by dismissing this guy and not knowing who he is. But again,
how do you know how don't you know somebody that feed that you feed information to go tell another person? All right, yeah.
This changes everything in the sense that
someone just posted your dad stolen luggage. The footage recorded from a rooftop in Brooklyn near where Kendrick living. Still no idea what that shit.
That whole "we fed you the information" line doesn't work. Or at least if it does work, it's can only be related to the child, right? Like, I guess that's the only one that makes sense at this point, but it does shut down the whole narrative of Kendrick Lamar getting this photo from the OVO goon, or at least the OVO goon that was hired by Drake.
Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication.
So as of right now, one can say that the only thing about Meet the Grams that is up in the air is whether or not the 10-year-old girl is real or not, and where Kendrick Lamar got that
Hey, I'm trying to see if it's real
information from. And before we continue with the rest of the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. That's all I want. That's all I ask for. Maybe a like would be cool. And let me know what you think about these DMs so far. Anyways, back to the video. Nothing of note happens in the conversation between Grand Wizard and Drake for another month until June 18th. This is a day before the Pop Out concert, and this Grand Wizard guy is like, yo, you gotta hop into this academic stream because there's this guy that says he bought it, not like us, and he's exposing Kendrick Lamar.
Tap into AK Stream, the guy who bought it, not like us, whistleblowing.
Just as a side note, this guy did get exposed as a fraud, but it would appear that Drake believed it, because he replies to this guy talking about, this shit is insane, I just landed, when the guy is like, oh, I don't know how they're gonna have to report on this, but they're gonna have to. Drake is like, yeah, for sure, they have to, it's insane.
That's crazy that you put. He playing Kendrick stuff and beats and stuff while on Drake's thing.
It's a gold medal on steroids. Like, in Drake's mind, this is what proves that he won the battle. And it seems like Drake was a little bit over the moon with this information, because he had kind of like a little victory lap in the text.
He did not. Nah. You had got a beat down, Drake.
Message, just calling TDE body boys and Kendrick Lamar specifically body man, which, to be honest, just shows that Drake is almost 40, because only an almost 40-year-old would come up with a joke like that and think he's spitting. Like, I don't know, Drake doesn't have the vibes of an old head, but I'm sure that if you're around him deeply enough, he probably is. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing really happens until the release of Not Like Us in this message thread. That's when Drake and this guy start discussing whether or not they're promoting the song, or it got leaked, or it got leaked by TDE or some fans, or whatever it might have happened. This guy who's talking to Drake, by the way, he thinks that Not Like Us music video is when the people are gonna start to shift back to Drake, because he's like, the comments are like they're milking it. And to me, it's just a very funny picture into the inner circle of Drake and what that looks like, because evidently so, like, most people's reaction to the music video wasn't, oh, the people are gonna shift with this one, they're gonna go back to Drake. But anyways, that is about all that happens when it comes to the Kendrick Lamar and Drake stuff. There's still some more texts out here, just Drake talking shit on Patrick Mahomes' brother, calls him
What do he gotta do with it?
NBA Ben 10, which is not something I've ever heard. I think I've never heard that combination of words said before. And more notably, there's a bit of Drake talking shit about The Weeknd, and more importantly, Dawn FM, which,
bro, talking about everybody.
By the way, Drake,
you can't take your anger out on him because you just lost the beef and you getting it. You hear me? Yeah.
Like, you sleeping on Dawn FM. Dawn FM was fire, man. Less Than Zero should have been a hit. It should have been a hit, man. That Out of Time joint goes fire as fuck, man. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, if you were too lazy or just couldn't be bothered to read the DM thread between Drake and this random fan page, I'm happy to be able to say that I have you covered. In terms of what this changes in terms of the battle and the legal battle that's going on, you have to wonder if Drake was going to go to court and use DJ Academics as a source. Like, I know that the bot case got dropped, but I wonder what that would have looked like and what type of information Drake had that we don't. Like, hopefully it wasn't just...
I'm pretty sure he got a lot of it. Information.
It's this random guy in DJ Academic stream. In terms of the battle itself, though, it's just interesting to see what Drake was on. What's definitely the most interesting part to me about this whole ordeal is what his reaction to the Meet the Grams cover was, because the man was genuinely puzzled and didn't know what the fuck was going on, which I definitely respect. But at the same time, like, it does destroy a lot of the narratives that Drake fans were running with, at least for a couple of weeks. It seems like at this point Drake fans are only latching onto two things about this whole battle, one being that Family Matters is the best song, and that,
man, they been singing that, bro, like the whole time, bro. Like, I be getting tired, like, bro,
Drake fed Kendrick the information about the daughter specifically. Outside of that though, I guess we'll see where this legal battle goes, and depending on what the result is, I might cover it, I might not. But that's all I got for tonight. And yeah.
Bro, I wanted some more bro. Come on now, fool. Come on now, bro. Like, I have wanted to see more. Hey, if you watch this, make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment. Hey, we finna get more information about Drake, leak DMs and stuff like that. We finna get more of it. Yeah, but make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment. You hear me? Well, no, subscribe first, then like the video. Turn on post notifications. If you've been here since day one, appreciate you, my boy. And if you new, you know what to do. If that ain't, I'm out. Peace.